The night the universe changed began almost silently. Most of Earth slept under a soft quilt of night clouds, the oceans calmly pushing waves toward distant shores. Cities hummed in their quiet mechanical dreams. No one knew that far beyond their skies, in a cold orbit around a distant gas giant, a forgotten listening station was about to hear something impossible. Argus 12, a lonely metal skeleton drifting in the dark. Captain Ryan Hale had worked that station for years, far from the crowded heart of Earth's colonies, far from attention, far from anything exciting. Argus 12 existed for one reason: to listen for things humanity didn't expect to hear. Nothing ever came. Most nights felt like time itself had stalled. Screens quiet, sensors idle, crew bored out of their minds. But on this night, on this quiet, unremarkable night, everything changed. A signal that should not exist. It started with a single soft tone, a small, polite sound, almost embarrassed to interrupt. Ryan frowned at the screen. A glitch, he thought. Solar interference again. Then it repeated, and again. Steady, precise, rhythmic. His expression hardened. This was not static. This was not background noise. This was coded. He leaned forward. The pulse came again. Deep, slow, like the heartbeat of a machine older than Earth's first cities. Then a needle-sharp spike cut through the waveform. Ryan felt the hair on his arms rise. "This isn't natural," he whispered. The rest of the crew gathered around as the signal intensified, filling the small control room with an eerie hum. The translation system struggled at first, spitting out broken, mismatched words. Then it found patterns. The crew stared as the screen displayed fragmented translations. Species not in our records. Prepare fleet. Immediate mobilization. The world seemed to hold its breath. The message wasn't directed at humanity. Whoever sent it didn't even know humans existed. This was a conversation between giants, civilizations so massive they had their own wars, their own enemies, their own terror. Lieutenant Mara's voice shook. "Captain, I think we intercepted communication from a galactic empire." Ryan didn't answer. He couldn't, because the next part of the signal appeared. Coordinates. A location no human had ever visited. A place where something enormous was gathering. Ryan's chest tightened. The signal ended. Argus 12 was silent again, but nothing was the same. Earth's response. Humanity awakes. Earth did not panic. It responded. Within hours, emergency channels lit up across the inner colonies. A covert council convened. Leaders, scientists, strategists, people who had been waiting decades for the moment humanity would finally be noticed by something out there. Except this time, humanity noticed first. A black file operation activated. A fleet so secret even Earth's major alliances only whispered rumors about it. Commander Arya Solis was chosen to lead. Her ship, the Whisper, was coated in adaptive light-eating plating so advanced it shouldn't even exist. It didn't reflect light. It didn't emit heat. To sensors, the Whisper wasn't invisible. It was absent. Arya read the signal dozens of times while the ship prepared for FTL departure. The message was clear. A massive enemy force was moving. A galactic war was coming, and humanity, somehow, wasn't part of any records. That fact disturbed her more than anything. How could a species with interstellar colonies be completely unknown? What else was out there? When the Whisper finally entered FTL, the crew braced for whatever waited beyond those coordinates, but none of them were prepared. The Armada in the dark. The Whisper exited FTL and drifted silently into a dark sea of wrecked starlight. Arya inhaled sharply. Before them stretched an armada larger than any simulation had ever predicted. Ship after ship after ship, dozens of titanic carriers, thousands of escorts, a command vessel the size of a small moon. Metal glinted from every direction. It was like staring at a mechanical continent floating in space. Arya whispered, "If this is their defensive fleet, what enemy could make them afraid?" As if summoned by the question, scanners detected movement. A second fleet, sharper, darker, faster, ships shaped like blades, sleek predators gliding across the void. Even before they fired a shot, Arya felt instinct scream. These were hunters, an intelligence built for pursuit, for extermination, for domination. The Whisper powered down everything. But then, one predator ship turned directly toward them. Arya froze. The crew froze. Nobody breathed. The predator vessel released a faint pulse, thin, sharp, alive. It washed over the Whisper like a cold whisper on the skin. The screens flickered. "It's searching," Arya murmured, not with sensors, with instinct. After an agonizing moment, the ship turned away. Relief flooded the Whisper like fresh air. Then the universe exploded. War erupts. The Predator fleet attacked without warning. No formation call, no positioning, no threats. A storm of energy beams shredded the Empire's front line. Hundreds of ships tore apart instantly. Fireballs blossomed, lighting the void in colors no human eyes were meant to see. The Empire responded at once. Golden plasma surged from massive cannons. Carrier groups deployed wings of autonomous fighters. The entire battlefield turned into a burning hurricane of metal and light. "This isn't warfare," Arya whispered. "This is genocide." Humanity watched from the shadows as two galactic titans clashed with a fury that made Earth's greatest wars look like school fights. The Predator fleet advanced like a tidal wave. The Empire resisted like a mountain cracking under pressure. If either won, humanity's time would eventually come, because Predators expand and empires seek answers, and someone did sabotage the battlefield. Humanity, the impossible option. Hours into the devastating battle, strategist Lin noticed something the fleets had overlooked. A massive relay station floating behind the carnage, absorbing stray energy, powering both sides. "If that station goes down," Lin said, "the battlefield collapses. Weapons fail, engines shut off, everything stops." Arya stared at the rotating structure, one station controlling the entire energy grid. Humanity could stop the battle, not by force, by precision. "We fire once," Arya said. No signature, no trace. The Whisper's illegal weapon began to hum, a micro-tear generator that sliced reality itself in a single focused point. No heat, no radiation, no trail. The ship dimmed, panels trembled, the crew held their breath. Fire. The ripple slipped out, silent, invisible, deadly. For 2 long seconds, nothing moved. Then, the relay station folded inward like paper. A wave of collapsing power surged across the battlefield. Every weapon shut down mid-shot. Every engine flickered dead. Every shield vanished. The armadas froze. Confusion exploded. Command channels screamed. Fleets drifted helplessly. Both sides accused the other of sabotage, and before anyone could understand what happened, the Whisper vanished into FTL. The galaxy feels a ghost. In the days that followed, strange rumors spread across the Empire. Reports of impossible sensor errors, ghost readings, transient energy signatures, ships disappearing, star lanes glitching. Someone, or something, had struck the battlefield with surgical perfection. The Predators called it the Silent Hand. The Empire called it the Phantom Interference. But both sides agreed. No species they knew could have done it, which meant only one thing. There was another civilization, hidden, invisible, unpredictable, terrifying, and they were now desperate to find whoever had done this. Humanity had accidentally become the most feared unknown in the galaxy, but they had also awakened something far darker. The search begins. Weeks passed. Empire scouts wandered near human space, picking up ancient trails they couldn't interpret. Predator ships stalked the edges of uncharted regions, hunting for a scent. But something else stirred too. A third force, older than both sides. A species forgotten by history. A civilization erased from records after a cataclysmic war thousands of years ago. They had been watching the galaxy from deep ruins beneath broken star systems, and the sudden collapse of a battle between two superpowers was the first sign to them that something had returned. Something they once feared, something they once fought, something they thought extinct. Their old records described it only as the humans. Humanity steps toward its future. Back on Earth, the Council reviewed every new fragment of intercepted transmissions, every panicked search effort, every military mobilization happening across the galaxy. Humanity had changed the universe with a single silent action. Heroes whose mission was erased from all public files. Arya stood before her team, voice steady but heavy. "They don't know us yet," she said, "but they will." Somewhere in the dark, three powers now hunted for the truth: the Empire, the Predator, civilization, and the forgotten ancient species that once believed humans were impossible. The galaxy was awakening, old fears resurfacing, new alliances forming, war shifting into something larger than any single conflict. Humanity had not entered the galactic stage by choice, but now they would shape it. Quiet, invisible, relentless. Because the species no one recorded, the species everyone ignored, the species that watched from the shadows, was about to become the deciding force in a war older and larger than the stars themselves. Humanity had arrived, and the galaxy would never be the same.